So welcome back to the Brighton Technical Center for the second game of this evening. This time it's against Leader System 3 and BESCO Pastures as the players and officials make their way out into the middle and under cool conditions they will exchange their pleasantries in a very short while, and there they go. So Elron Lewis will be carrying the whistle. He'll be assisted by Kevin Michael and Kenron Daniel, and with the fourth official being Sheshford John. So they are just in front of us. So here they are, exchanging their pleasantries. BESCO Pastures in their green with white trimmings, and System 3 in the red with black. And this promises to be a pretty interesting encounter, in that you have System 3 being the leaders of the pack. Just to give you the starting lineup for System 3, number 52, Dennis Grant in goal. Number 11, Azino Solomon, the captain. Number 2, Dravid Compton. Number 4, Farron Durham. Number 5, Javin Sutherland. Number 10, Lozaro Lynch. Number 13, Rashid Knight King Knight. Number 15, Kevin Francis. Number 22, Trent Raggy. 26, James Grant. And number 41, Shemron Phillips.
Right, so we do have System 3 leading the pack, as you said correctly, on 22 points. But BESCO Pastures, who had a good run, I believe, in the middle of that first round, they are sitting fifth on the table at this stage with 13 points, Charlo.
Yes, and the starting lineup for BESCO Pastures, Devon Morgan in goal, number 1. Number 7, Augustus Adams, captain. Number 3, Omar Kane. Number 4, Joel Cruikshank. 8, Cordell Tibbles. Number 9, number 11, Jordan McKenzie. Number 13, Johnny Thomas. Number 14, Kamal Richardson. 16, Cadell Burke. 20, Oraldo Campbell. And number 21, Jarius Phillips. That's the lineup for the BESCO Pastures. And see both teams in a huddle. And as we wait, so System 3, and here we have it. So referee Elron Lewis already in the middle. The kickoff would be taken by System 3. See, Captain Azino Solomon will be taking that kickoff. So let me welcome Anthony Denny, who will be sharing the commentary with me.
Well, thank you very much, Charlo, and good night to, of course, the viewers here. It's fine night. We had a little sprinkle early on, and we're still just going to signal the start of this one.
That's a goal kick. So it's System 3 looking to pump that downfield. Long ball, looking for some support. This will go into touch. And already into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for BESCO Pastures. Deep inside their own half. They defended the goal to the north. Long ball. Looking to find some support. Headed away there by Phillips. And Phillips for System 3, but it comes out. Finds Trent Ragay. Ragay loses it, goes wide. Phillips with it. Looking to get around one. Looking to get around Phillips. It is Jarius Phillips, the number 21 on BESCO Pastures, and number 41 in Shemron Phillips on System 3.
Yes, and just to have a look at this replay, foul just inside the box, it appears there. And but Phillips quite naturally has a lot of pace, and certainly showed that coming down this left flank for System 3. Meantime, there's a play on the turf there, Charlo.
Well, he has demonstrated that in some earlier games. He has the pace, and really, you would not want to give him the space and the time because he would outrun some of the defenders. And as you see, number 14 in Richardson. He now being ushered to the sideline, perhaps taking a knock very early in the piece. So it's going to be a bounce ball for BESCO Pastures. So it's Pastures. Now he pumps it downfield. Long ball. Looking for some support. Off the head of Tibbles. Still there. But System 3 controls and looking to lay it off. Goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for BESCO Pastures. Still very early indeed.
Definitely a little overweighted there, and I was making the comment that there was a little bit of a shower early on, so this outfield might be a little quick, of course, with the water on the ball, Charlo.
Well, I think in the first game we saw a bit of that problem where the wet ball, they were unable to control it as they would really love. But in the end we saw Jebel coming from behind and beating Leyu 2-1.
Great comeback. I looked at a bit of it, of course, on YouTube. Surprised to hear that there's a 2-1 victory for Jebel.
Right, so that one goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for System 3. In fact, for BESCO Pastures. So number 21, Jarius Phillips, would have that throw-in as we see a number of players trying to get back into the attacking area. Long ball. Up goes the head and cleared by the defense there for System 3, but not yet out of the woods. As a nice ball. And as you know, Solomon, there was a no-nonsense tackle there by Omar Kane.
Well, he had to.
Solomon was like an express train coming down the flank.
Certainly. Great work there by Omar Kane there on the left side. Because, of course, as Zeno Solomon, we know what he can do. Certainly, he is...
and he's the leading goal scorer in the tournament so far.
Definitely. And coming down that left flank, he appeared as if he was just about to launch an attack. And good piece of work there by Kane.
Durham. But Tibbles there for BESCO Pastures. It's still with BESCO Pastures. And whistle going. It's against Leyu.
Against System 3.
I'm so accustomed to the Leyu game.
And they weren't red.
Yes.
So I understand.
It's for 3. So just referee Edwin Lewis just signaling to the player to go back to where he think that would be. The captain Augustus Adams just looking to take a little bit of advantage. Right. It's pumped downfield. Heads. It's number 4. Goalkeeper looking to lay it off, cut out there by Cruikshank, and it goes into touch. So it's going to be a throw-in for Leyu. For System 3, my sincere apologies. Yes, System 3 now looking to come forward, but he's been robbed of it and comes across field, finds number 14. Cookshank for BESCO Pastures. Azino Solomon with a shot high over the upright into touch, and it's going to be a goal kick. BESCO Pastures.
Yeah, Solomon was a little bit patient there. He had options ahead of him. Nothing wrong with the shot, but I said the impatience wasn't there. Was there, and didn't settle himself enough and sent it over the crossbar.
So it's still 0-0 here. Encounter the second game of the evening.
Nice, wonderful facility. And a facility certainly with a little bit of upgrade in terms of pavilion for spectators.
As he goes back in defense. Now he comes across field. It's still with system 3. Still controlling system 3. And it goes and it's a throw-in for Pastures. So number 21, Jarius Phillips, will take that. Looking for some support there. Well, flick back there, Richardson, but it's cut out by system 3. They were still going, and it's against Leyu. As the breeze sprung up the long kick, and the goalkeeper comes off his line, couldn't hold on, and it's still on that left flank. Tibbles with it, has 2 defenders, but in the end it's pumps it downfield, goes into touch, up goes the assistant referee's flag, and it's a throw-in.
Well, it was good work, an attempted work there by Phillips to try to keep that one in. Unfortunately, he was just outside the line, and throw taken there for BESCO Pastures.
So it's Phillips, Shemran Phillips for Leyu. And he goes back in defense, pumps it downfield, looking for some support on the right, but it's cut out there by the number 4 in Cookshank, and BESCO Pastures on a counter, crosses that, and again the defense there for system 3 coming to the 4, pumps it downfield, looking for Shemran Phillips, the number 41, pulls it wrong, but only to find the defender there for BESCO Pastures, who pumps it downfield, and Richardson with a cross, goalkeeper comes off his line, clears it, and finds Captain Azino Solomon goes back to in midfield, finds number 10 in Lazaro Lynch comes wide, finds Phillips,
Nice touches.
still with it, comes back to Solomon now looking to control things in the middle, but there is the player being bumped off it. He goes down. Referee well Lewis not interested. He says play on, and now he's being knocked into touch as some assistance now being sought for the player who went down.
I like the work thus far from Phillips, and as I said a while ago, he has some nice deft touches, and certainly appeared to be the workhorse for this System 3 team here on the left side. He's really doing some fantastic work. Ball is out of play at this point in time. Some players, of course, taking the opportunity to go to the bench just to get a little bit of a liquid. It's quite a cool night here at the Brighton playing field. As I said, we had a little shower early on, and some of the players, though, looking a bit relaxed as we see some attention being given to a BESCO Pastures player there by the physio. It's 0-0 in this the 12th minute of this encounter, and the Vincy Soccer Premier League, the VSPL. Of course, System 3.
The leaders in this encounter.
Yes.
After the first round, and remember they came back into the Premiership this year, having been relegated last year.
Well, they're back with a bang, if one can say that. And there we see Compton.
Yes,
seems
he's
to be
being helped off.
Yes.
So perhaps there will be an early substitution. So he certainly does not look good.
Yeah, it's not looking good at all. He's limping off, assisted there by the physio. And there we see a Zeno Solomon just having a look on. No movement yet from the bench as to who will replace Compton, but maybe fairly soon, of course. With him being out, System 3 there momentarily down to 10, and now we see a player coming in. We'll get that name for you in just a little while. So they're back to full strength.
Yes, they're back at full strength. And just trying to pick up the number on the back of his shirt.
So it's still 0-0 here this evening, and Compton had to be substituted because of the fact that he suffered an injury. Nice flowing breeze. You might very well be hearing it in our microphone blowing across. Player who just came in is wearing the number 22 shirt. That's Raggy.
Well, it's Trent Raggy. He was there, so there are two players with number 22, I would think.
Play continues nonetheless, and there's a tussle there on the far side. The linesman flag went up and quickly taken free kick. Solomon, it is. With possession, nice ball in the middle. Acres of space now to the left there to Phillips. And takes one into the middle, but it's nodded away by the defense there for BESCO Pastures. And again, we see System 3 taking possession. Stocky play here is with that number 4, finds Phillips. And those touches again for Phillips. He has acres of space in the midfield. He's really been the workhorse thus far for the System 3 team, taking it from left into the middle. And there you now see him on the far side, Charlo. He's really been all over the field tonight.
That's the kind of play he is. And he has been one of the standouts for System 3.
This one being forced back. Whistle going, I believe it is against System 3.
Yeah, so I think, as you know, Solomon being guilty there. And Tibbles, the warrior for BESCO Pastures, he being brought down.
Well, actually, I'm seeing a number that was just up a while ago there by the assistant referee. Lost it a bit, showing that Compton was out. But unfortunately, it looks like as if it's might be Kevin Hadaway, the new player in. But we'll figure that out in just a little while. The play continues. There is a possible attempt on goal and just over the crossbar. Not a bad effort indeed there by Tibbles, Cordell Tibbles. He had the space, he had the time, and just over the crossbar. In the end, it proved to be easy there for goalkeeper Dennis Grant, who just looked at it
and sailing over the upright.
So still 0-0 in this one here at the Brighton facility. On the lights, as ball back in defense, they went out in System 3. Francis going right back to goalkeeper Grant, but it's intercepted and forced in the middle. But there's too many red shirts there. They just need to settle. System 3 in defense, giving that one up, and in the end recovering. And here's the workhorse Phillips. Finds a Zeno Solomon. Solomon, of course, national player for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And he has served the System 3 team well over the years. Even when they were relegated to,
he stayed with
the team. You know, so it shows his commitment definitely. As ball still in the System 3 half on the right side. Francis it is. Francis, a veteran now. Certainly, of course, you know what it's like to be at the national team. Served St. Vincent and the Grenadines over the years. Would have played quite a number of World Cup qualifiers, CONCACAF games. Of course, for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and formerly of Avenues United.
Well, there's a number of players who have shifted and have been transferred from one team to the other. See Garrett Ledgerwood, who was with Avenues, he's now with Leyu. Kobe Mingo, a former Predator player, he's also with Leyu.
Well, he was once with Leyu.
Right, so went to Predators and back to Leyu.
Right.
So down goes a BESCO Passer player. He's getting some assistance on that far side.
Well, it augurs, well for the development of the game here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Of course, to have your players, move from team to team, you need to have, the best quality players. I was listening to the broadcast earlier on with the Leyu versus Jebel, and a comment being made about Chester Morgan being once the coach.
The coach for Jebel and now with Leyu.
Exactly, and it's good to have the expertise and the talent spread around, so to speak. Here's Phillips, closely marked, but he has possession. Nice little touch, gets into the middle, leaves him for dead, takes a shot, but it ricochets off of, Azino Solomon. Ball still not cleared, but in the end, I believe BESCO Pastures has been a little lucky there, Charlo. Still not cleared. And player brought down there, and it's going to be a free kick, but some anxious moments in that 6-yard box.
Pretty anxious moments indeed there for BESCO Pastures. And as you know, Solomon was looking to flick it on. Couldn't control, but again, we can see Phillips being the thorn in the flesh.
Yes, he was certainly the one who created a problem for the defense there for BESCO Pastures. And free kick to be taken. Javin Sutherland is there. So too is, it looks like, James Grant, but let's see what is going to happen as the referee just ensures that the wall is within that stipulated 10 yards. Goalkeeper Devon Morgan takes up position, and might very well be Javin Sutherland. No, it's Phillips into the wall, ricochets, goes to his right, and in the end it's going to be nodded away. There, but not the best of kicks there from Phillips.
Definitely not the best of kicks. It was right into the wall, and it really just rebounded, and in the end it cleared by BESCO Pastures with relative ease.
System 3 now, of course, they've been able to string quite a number of passes together, losing out on that occasion. As BESCO Pastures now with possession on the left side, ball knocked out of touch, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Pastures team. But looking a little bit more patient now, this System 3 outfit. And a team with pedigree. Of course, you talk System 3, you talk Ian Sardine.
Well, it's synonymous.
Attempted cross there, blocked, comes back out. And the team in green still with possession. Of course, the name Pastures, if you go back in time, the likes of Fred Trimmingham and company, of course.
Cornelius Trimmingham, I think the nephew of Fred.
Yes, Cornelius Huggins.
Cornelius Huggins, rather.
Nice ball there for Azino Solomon to run onto. He has the defender with him. Let's see what happens. Shot is taken, and Morgan, in the end, I believe, did just enough to keep it from going across the line.
Well, certainly, Azino Solomon, the leading goal scorer in the tournament so far, had a shot, and Indian Dennis Grant really a diving save to deny System 3 going ahead 1-0.
Well, he had to thank Omar Kaney because Omar pushed him to the left. But here comes Phillips. Cross comes in now. Zina Solomon knocks it in. This must be in the old onion bag. And no, could have done better. And in the end, it was just an easy collection there for goalkeeper Morgan.
Well, again, we see System 3 creating the opportunities, but not making it count.
So still 0-0 in this, the 21st minute, as Richardson there with possession, but the ball is knocked away. And there's going to be a throw-in to BESCO Pastures, getting a bit of respite. They had two back-to-back barrage, if I can call that, on their goal.
In the space of a minute.
Yes. Should have at least be one up. System 3, as we see Jarvis Phillips taking the throw-in, knocked away by Phillips again, the ever-present Phillips.
The ever-present Phillips.
And Phillips again will take this one. Chooses to come right back in defense there to well, not in defense, but to Grant, nodded away. And the team in red with possession gives it up. And well, whistle going there, rightly so by the referee. Bundled into the back there of Kamal Richardson. And free kick awarded. So a nice little decent crowd here tonight at Brighton, Charlo.
Well, we are accustomed to see pretty good crowd. One anticipates Sunday would be better.
This one was easy there for goalkeeper Dinesh Grant. He just watched it all the way into his gloves and bowls it out on the right side. Play with some space. Cross. And was looking there for Zeno Solomon, but good work by Adams. And BESCO Pastures now look to build, but they're being challenged by this System 3 outfit. Still with possession. Whistle going as a player is on the ground there for System 3. Fair distance away. Looks as if it's James Grant, possibly. A bit difficult to pick up the number, but I believe it's James Grant who's down. So,
it looks like the number 26, which is James Grant.
Yes.
So some assistance now being given. And he would have to make his way to the sideline.
Well, already they've lost the services of Dravid Compton, who took a serious knock and had to be replaced. I believe it's Isaiah Charles is the player who came in for System 3, Charlo.
All right, Isaiah Charles for System 3.
Yes, to replace Compton.
Number 39.
Players just too much space. Luckily, that one went wide. And the scoreline remains at 0-0.
Certainly would have given the goalkeeper some work to do to keep that out of the onion bag.
So, Devon Morgan of BESCO Pastures wearing the number 1 shirt. And, well, I don't think that is what he had intended to find Phillips there. As a matter of fact, it goes out of touch right into our commentary position here. And throw-in taken now by System 3. And that's Raggy going back there to goalkeeper Grant. Gives it up. But here is Phillips with loads of space now. Phillips. Still Phillips cuts in now. Goes past 1, 2, 3, takes a shot. But it was fairly easy there for the goalkeeper. But nice attempt there from Phillips.
Yes, a lot of work. He's been given a lot of space. And with his pace as well, he has been really getting around the defense.
Yeah, he walked past them as if they were some statues. 1, 2, 3 in a burst of speed. Took a one-time right footer. But he didn't have the pace to be any major threat there for.
And I think the goalkeeper had covered the angle well as also.
Yes, certainly. So here's Phillips with the throw-in. Good work again by Phillips. Well done. And there was Francis stretching for all his worth. Was looking to hang on to it, but couldn't do so in the end. It's out of touch, and I believe it's going to be in favor of BESCO Pastures. Player going over there is Crookshank, yes, wearing that number 4. Takes a long throw. Finds Tibbles, and then they're nodded back there to goalkeeper Dinesh Grant. Well done. He has some class, Phillips. I like, you know.
I like what you see.
Yeah. That's certainly one for the future. And maybe one that the coaches, the national coach, will be looking at here in the Grenadines, as this one is knocked in, but it was
Tame shot.
Yeah, very, very tame in the end there for the goalkeeper. And certainly boots this one way upfield. Simply giving it away there, Morgan. And there's a bit of a tussle in the middle, whistle going, and it's against Tibbles. Dreadlocked player. This one is taken quickly. And out of touch, I believe it's off the boot of the BESCO Pastures player. It is. Right in front of the Vincy Soccer Premier League sign. The the VSPL. In action here at the Brighton playing field tonight. We're witnessing the night capper. BESCO Pastures, of course, taking on System 3. Who has possession? System 3. Kevin Francis into that 18-yard box. And there's Phillips. Has the defender with him. And, well, lost out on that occasion. As here comes Phillips. In the end, it's back with System 3. Francis in the middle. Looking quite workmanlike, Francis. Gives it here to Lazaro Lynch on the right side. Searching ball down the right, but there's no red shirt there. And it's going to be easy there for Crookshank. Back now to Augustus Adams. And again, we see the giving it up momentarily. Not so good work there by System 3. And here comes BESCO Pastures now on the left side. Shot is taken, and well, just wide. And maybe a bit of a slide might have really very well worked there. Let's have a look at it once again. The cross comes in. Still with it. And, well, cross.
I think Richardson had slowed. So too was the player coming through the center. And it just slid right across the face of the goal.
Agonizingly.
It looks like Campbell. And System 3 lives to fight another day.
Well, here comes BESCO Pastures. Player bundled to the ground, whistle immediately going. And it's going to be a free kick. Kamal Richardson picking up a foul there. Bundled off the ball by the burly player there for System 3. And referee ensuring that marks the spot where that free kick is to be taken from. Will now ensure that the wall being put in place by System 3 is the stipulated 10 yards back. And looks as if it's just going to be possibly a two-man wall for System 3. So still 0-0, Charlo. It's the 30th minute.
Yes.
It's actually a three-man wall.
So Tibbles decided he's going to take that free kick.
Yes, Cordell Tibbles. And let's see what happens there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green shirts there. And the Tibbles just awaiting the whistle. And up and over, and the defender just got a head onto it. Again, we're seeing the lack of creativity in these free kicks, Charlo.
Well, particularly from these areas. And we have seen it, not only the free kicks, we also have a lot of concerns when it comes to penalties.
Well, that ball seems to be a bit of a problem, and certainly an area that the coaches and the various teams will certainly like to have a look in and try to rectify this problem. Let's see what happens nonetheless with this throw-in. Still 0-0, and nodded away by the defender there. Tibbles is there. So too is a red shirt, and now finds a Zeno Solomon. Solomon with lots look like Phillips ahead. And we're still going. It's against the BESCO Pastures team. And player there not too pleased. He's gesticulating with the official, but he's made his decision. The man with the whistle.
He's in charge.
Definitely. So,
and he was very decisive in his action.
very much so. Omar Kane still very much gesticulating, but that's not going to change the decision. It's a free kick to BESCO, to System 3, and rightly so. So Azina Solomon is there, captain's armband. As we see a 1, 2, 3, 4-man wall being put in place there by BESCO Pastures. Solomon walks away. And we now add to the force up front from System 3 for this free kick in this the 33rd minute. Let's see what happens here. Floated in and one bounce into the goalkeeper gloves. Still 0-0.
Yeah, good work by goalkeeper.
But you had about 5 players at the top of the just around the penalty spot there, Charlo, and he just chose to just float that one into the goalkeeper. Not trying to utilize.
They're persons who are in pretty good positions.
Here's BESCO Pastures now, player looking to press forward. In the end, safely into the hands of Dinesh Grant. I almost said for a moment Dinesh Ramdin, former West Indies wicketkeeper. Of course, when it comes to glove work, the name Dinesh synonymous with it, whether it's football or cricket. Of course, Dinesh Karthik, Dinesh Ramdin.
Yes.
And of course now Dinesh Grant in the uprights here for System 3. Ball floated forward and Dinesh Grant picks it up and floats it onto the right side. Javin Sutherland it is. Sutherland, of course, son of former Vincentian defender Vervin Sutherland.
Oh, now I get him the message.
No nonsense player he was.
I saw him about a week or so ago. Nice ball.
Nice work. Therefore, Phillips. Cross comes in and well taken.
Azina
Opening
Solomon.
goal there for System 3. Azina Solomon with a nice little touch, decent touch. Let's have a look at it again. Cross comes in and there was Azina Solomon just tapping it past the goalkeeper. The opener there for System 3. So the DJ strikes up momentarily. And I think deserving so, Charlo. They've really been knocking on the door consistently, the System 3 outfit. And of course, the workhorse, Philip Splitter. Fantastic role.
Well, again, he continues to be the man who put the pressure on the defense for BESCO Pastures.
So 1-0.
He has used his pace, and he has certainly shown some very good footworks as well.
Goal coming in the 35th minute off the boot of the captain, Azina Solomon. And it was pretty clinical on the part of Solomon because there wasn't much space on that right side there.
Because he also had a defender to contend with.
There you go. So here's Phillips battling for possession, but ruled to have fouled the play on the process. And goes down a bit, maybe just a little winded, Phillips. But it's going to be a free kick to BESCO Pastures. Referee just asking for it to be retaken because Phillips now is fully on the turf. And still holding on to that midsection of his. I don't know if he got a little bit of a knock in that stomach area. But the physio will come out to give him some assistance.
And he would have to make his way to the sideline as well.
1-0 is goal off the boot of Azina Solomon. So he adds to his tally. Of course, as far as the leading goal scorer is concerned, Charlo.
Yes, he's certainly extending his lead at the top of the pack.
So Phillips making his way off. It appears to be okay, not on screen, but from a vantage point, get a little bit of a drink, some much needed liquid, and appears to be all right. No doubt he'll be back in immediately as play resumes. One drilled downfield, but there's just too many red shirts there, an appeal for handball, but the referee will have none of it.
He says to play on.
Yes, Francis. There's Solomon, the goal scorer there, but losing possession to what looks like Tibbles. Gets the return. No, it's Adams actually. Out of touch. And in the end, it's going to be in favor of System 3. So Phillips now back in as play continues on the far side. Francis knocking it upfield. Was looking there for his captain, Azina Solomon, but he was a little bit flat-footed there, Solomon. Believe he wasn't really looking for that.
Well, it was also overweighted. It really would have taken a Usain Bolt or more.
Goat.
To get
that's the new name.
Goat. The new sensation.
Yes. One floated in now. Good little flick. Well, for a moment I thought he had flicked it over the defender, but here comes Phillips. 1-2, skips pass. Still has possession.
Look at the footwork.
Well done, and he's fouled in the process.
Jarius Phillips saying, I'm not going to allow you to go forward.
Just as if he's just toying with them, Charlo.
Yes, certainly.
There's Lynch Lazaro, ball into the middle. Finds Javin Sutherland. Goes back in defense, Sutherland. And a bit of patient football here now from System 3. Knocking it around, floated forward. Player closely marked. Comes back out there to Phillips. And Phillips gets past one. Still with it. Cross comes in now. And good header comes in. And one-timer straight into the gloves of the goalkeeper. Not a bad effort, Charlo.
Certainly not a bad effort indeed. Lazaro Lynch having a one-timer. But good work by the goalkeeper, Devon Morgan.
And there you see once again Phillips coming into the mix of things. He's really been a thorn in the side of this BESCO Pastures team. He's absolutely just been relentless. Filled with a lot of energy. With those deft touches, quite a skillful player and certainly a handful for the defense.
Well, he has proven it before and he's proving it again.
So ball now on the right side. Floated forward. Player gets onto it, but Adams is there. No whistle going, and I believe it's going to be a goal kick for the BESCO Pastures team.
Well, the referee says to play on, so in the end, a goal kick. And BESCO Pastures not giving up, they're not being outdone really.
So they have possession deep inside their half, looking to drill that one up. No real thought in it, and here's a player with some spaces. Phillips takes a shot, but
the offside flag is up.
Well, I didn't see it.
The offside flag is up.
Buddy.
Yes, looking directly at the assistant referee on the far side.
So Phillips, the workhorse, Shamron Phillips, and I believe is a name that we're going to be hearing down the road. Certainly has been the workhorse here tonight. As this one is floated forward off the head of the big number 4 there for System 3. And they still have possession. Lynch it looks like. And in the end it's booted away. That's the defender doing some good work there for System 3. And there we see Phillips going to the turf. No whistle as play continues. Azina Solomon now with possession. Just was looking to get one of his players going there, but only found a green shirt and knocked up field there by Omar Kane. Javin Sutherland. Calm and quiet to the right. Given up, and I believe player would have handled the ball in the process. Free kick to be taken. So the System 3 team, they've certainly mounted quite a number of attacks here tonight.
But they only have a 1-goal advantage.
Yes, they've been superior with regards to ball possession, superior in terms of knocking it around, and superior in terms of the skill set, if one can say that, Charlo.
Well, I'm totally in agreement with you. And they continue to put the pressure on BESCO Pastures. It's a corner.
Meantime, goalkeeper Dennis Grant not on screen. He's just on his arms akimbo, just looking on to see what is going to happen with this corner kick.
He has had a charmed night so far.
One is taken, and I believe it's going to be
another corner.
Yes, back to back for System 3. Still up goal to nil in this 42nd minute. Looks like, well, the referee's going to just have a word with the players there. There's been some pushing and just ensuring that, hey, let's not get into that. Let's be civil with this game here tonight. And not the best of corner kicks there by Lynch. And in the end, there's a tussle for possession. It's against System 3. And it's going to be a free kick. And there you see again the problem with the dead ball situation, Charlo.
Well, when are we going to get that rectified? So it's System 3 on that far side again. And this one goes into touch.
Yes, off the boot of Francis. Looks as if it's Burke over there to take the throw. He leaves it for Tibbers, as a matter of fact. Long throw into the 18-yard box, but it's off the head of a System 3 defender. Sort of a high boot there from Francis. But no whistle. Play continues now. And looks like Phillips there. And good bit of defense work there by Keane. But the ball is now back with System 3. Lynch, Lazaro. Oh, just nonchalantly knocked it in. Easy work there for the goalkeeper.
And Phillips was saying, no, come on, you could have given it to me.
Certainly could have done better. There's no doubt with regards to that. Francis was looking to get what looks like Charles going there, but lost out in the end. System 3 with possession now in the middle. Given up. And BESCO Pastures, they trying to build. Nice little work there in the middle. Still with possession. And just held on a little bit too long there, Charlo.
And you could hear the screams. Really asking for him to lay it off.
Phillips. He's such a gem in there for this System 3 outfit. Francis now goes to his right. Let's see, shot is taken off the defender. He's wrong-footed there, the goalkeeper. It's into the back of the net. Goal number 2. Azino Solomon takes a shot and ricocheted off the defender there. Wrong-footed the goalkeeper and bounced into that open net. It's 2-0.
And Azino Solomon continues to find the onion bag.
Well, you really and truly could not blame goalkeeper Devon Morgan there. Because I felt that he had it covered, but the defender got a bit onto it. And, well, I don't know if it's going to be officially ruled as an own goal there, Charlo. It was a shot from the boot of Azino Solomon. As a matter of fact, the player's down. He really took a serious shot there to his head. And
that certainly has to be paid some attention.
Certainly. We see 2 minutes extra time nonetheless there from the fourth official. And, well, players still very much on the turf. We're into extra time. We haven't seen a second of play in extra time, so might very well have.
Is Augustus Adams the captain?
Yes, really took a serious blow to the head here.
Because it certainly had some velocity on it.
And it'll be interesting to see how they rule the goal, whether it's an Adams' own goal or whether it's Azino Solomon.
Well, it was a fierce kick from Azino Solomon that really, I don't think the player had much he could have done.
Certainly, Charlo. Ball is back upfield now. Francis has done reasonably well in defense here tonight, Francis. For System 3, they lose possession now on the left side. And BESCO Pastures looking to come forward. Player knocks it into the path of, it looks like, well, still with it. Takes a one-timer, but off
Again,
the
good
defender there.
defensive work.
Yes. Here's Isaiah Charles. Came in for Compton, looking there for Phillips. But in the end, the defense is there for BESCO Pastures. Richardson goes back to the number 8 in Thibbles, who's actually wearing the captain's armband. Just looking there for Richardson. In the end, it's off the head of a System 3 player in Trent Raggy, and it's going to be a throw-in.
So any moment now, we're going to get a whistle from the referee for bring the first half to an end.
I'm sensing that we might very well just have a couple more seconds than the 2 minutes that were added. Let's see, he's probably going to have a long throw into the 18-yard box, but could only find a System 3 defender, Francis. Will try to get onto this one, but doesn't have the pace. And BESCO Pastures now with possession. Was looking to. There goes the whistle now, Charlo. The signal.
Yes, certainly. So at the end of the first half, where System 3 have taken a 2-0 lead, and really I think we have seen a bit more construction on the part of System 3 over BESCO Pastures. Particularly, we have been impressed with Shemron Phillips.
He's been the workhorse of tonight indeed, and he's been involved in both goals here tonight, certainly, Phillips. And I think the scoreline is appropriate. A two-goal lead from System 3.
And so that's where we wrap it for the first half. We'll bring it to you in another 15 or so minutes as we take a break for the end of the first half, where System 3 leading 2-0. Oh, yeah. I hear you. I hear you.
Well, we're back here at Brighton for the resumption of the second half in this encounter here tonight, where System 3, they have a 2-0 lead over BESCO Pastures. We've seen a substitution being taken place for BESCO Pastures. Coming out, player wearing the number 22 shirt. Sorry, for System 3, Rag is out.
Trent Raggy.
Rag is out, and coming in, player with the number 11.
We do not have it on our card.
Well, Solomon is number 11.
Yeah, well, we have Solomon as the number 11.
It's actually Taj Williams who's in.
Yes.
And out is Jordan McKenzie. So.
Okay. So BESCO Pastures made that substitution.
Certainly. Ball downfield, and it's in BESCO Pastures half. They now defending the eastern goal here at Brighton. The field runs from east to west. Ball on the left side there. And in the end, I believe it is going to be in the favor of BESCO Pastures. It is. So player with the number 4 in his back, and Joel Cruikshank takes his throw in. And BESCO Pastures certainly challenge. They'll be looking to have at least a goal early in the second half to put up some sort of challenge here tonight. There we see a whistle going. It's against the BESCO Pastures player.
Look like Campbell.
So the early tack is on, and that was a fairly high boot there by Rashid King Knights, fouling the player there in the process. And it's going to be a free kick. Campbell, the player who got that boot.
Pretty interesting angle here, Denny.
It is.
Pretty interesting. And we see Cordell Tibbles. He's the one taking charge.
So there's a 3-man wall. Now a 4th player joining this wall for System 3. And let's see what they can make of it. System 3. I should say BESCO Pastures. Tibbles. As the referee Lewis shows it all as well. Whistle goes now on Tibbles. In the end, it's over the crossbar. Actually, not any major threat.
Well, too much height on that. And over the uprights.
So 2-0 in this, the 48th minute. In this, the second half. As goal kick to be taken. Javin Sutherland just knocking it back there to goalkeeper Dinesh Grant. Grant to his right. In the middle. And Francis now finds Azina Solomon. Solomon with a searching ball down through the middle. Is going to find the BESCO Pastures player. Wasn't to go to this first touch.
Has to be pretty careful because he has Phillips to contend with.
Certainly. Phillips with possession. And he immediately cuts in. Whistle going there. Definite infringement against the System 3 player.
I think the guilty offender there is Cordell Tibbles.
Dreadlocked number 8. Wearing the captain's armband tonight for BESCO Pastures. And giving up a free kick. It looks as if it's Javin Sutherland who's going to take it for System 3. They have a 2-goal lead. And certainly, should this one find the back of the net, is going to place even further pressure on this BESCO Pastures team. Sutherland drills it in and bounces into, well, for a moment I thought it was in. So a bit of a goal Mount Millie, and in the end comes back out. And BESCO Pastures lives to fight another day, Charlo.
Well, certainly he's lived to fight another day, as you rightly said. And one thought that was in the back of the net for one moment.
Because it bounced just in front of the goalkeeper and just bobbled in front of the goal mouth. agonizingly. Scoreline remaining at 2-0 as we see that one on the far side going out of touch. Throwing out to BESCO Pastures. Tibbles. Oh. That's not too good football there by Tibbles. Giving it
Well,
away.
he was looking for his colleague who had taken that throw in. He was not interested at all. Was flat-footed.
And added to that, the pass was very much ill-directed by Tibbles. Battle for possession there on the far side. Here comes BESCO Pastures. Forced back in defense. Searching one through the middle. And Pastures now with some space, but that was not the best of passes there. Ball walked through the middle, but again, giving it up. A little bit of patience certainly needs to be exercised by both teams here at this point in time, as we see a player going down there, quickly taking a free kick. And the nippy Phillips stays on the far side. Rota fouled in the process. So it's a BESCO Pastures free kick, Charlo.
Well, definitely. And quickly taken is Cardell Tibbles looking to hustle it. They're trying to get BESCO Pastures into the swing of things there because they're trailing 2-0.
Certainly. So goalkeeper Dennis Grant goes to his right. And System 3 with possession still in their half. Back into the middle there to Francis. Finds what looks like Lazaro Lynch. Was looking for his captain, Zeno Solomon, but I believe the BESCO Pastures player possibly got a boot onto it. And throw was quickly taken, but the referee, Lewis, not quite ready.
In fact, it's a BESCO Pastures throw.
Wow. So, might very well have been a little bit of a steal there from Zeno Solomon. Good defensive work there to get that one out because player on the far side was looking to run onto that one. BESCO Pastures nonetheless with possession still.
The intention was a good one.
Certainly. Good ball in, and it's
He scores!
It is. Well taken. Let's look at it again. Cross comes in and nodded down at that far post. Goalkeeper couldn't get there and pulling one back.
That's Oraldo Campbell.
It is indeed. So it's important that BESCO Pastures certainly, you know, as I mentioned early on, pulled one back, and they've done so. And certainly saying to this System 3 outfit,
We are not over. It's not done. It's not done.
Ball drilled down the middle there now, searching one, looking for Phillips. But the towering header there from the big number 3 in Omar Keane for BESCO Pastures. But here comes Phillips nonetheless with possession.
Oh, good work.
Ball is back out now. Nice little touch.
Phillips again.
It is, of course. And he's just all over this field here tonight. As the System 3 was looking to thread that one through. And in the end, Tibbles comes away with it. Fouled in the process there by Grant.
Right in
That's
front
Francis.
referee.
Yes.
Right in front referee Helvan Lewis.
So it's 2-1.
Lewis, who just last week returned to St. Vincent from coaching the under-19 national cricket team.
So he's certainly very much entrenched in the whole matter of sports, so to speak, here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A football referee and, of course, doing his work with the
cricket
youngsters.
coach.
Yes. This one is upfield.
I think he's also the president of the North Leeward Cultural Sports and Cultural Organization.
Okay. Very well. Here's BESCO Pastures now with possession. Nice little touch to get around the player there. Good ball. Let's see if he can keep it in, but the defender gets there first and doing some good work. And I believe it's going to be a throw-in for System 3. And while we await this, well, let's see what happens with this throw-in. Charles lays this one off for Lazara Lynch, searching one onto the, well, I don't think Phillips was expecting it that low. Probably looking for that looping one. Knocked him in his back. BESCO Pastures now with possession.
Good counter.
Cross comes in, but that's overweighted. And in the end, it's out of touch for a goal kick.
Well, it's a good counter on the part of BESCO Pastures. Really looking to get into the defense of System 3. But it was not to be so. We can see Devon Morgan. In fact, it's Dennis Grant who boots it downfield. Still in their position. BESCO Pastures still with it. Gets around, lays it off. Finds number 14 in Richardson. Goes back. And Adams lays it off for Tibbles. Tibbles goes across field. I think he was looking for Jarius Phillips on that far side. There's a tussle between the Phillips, Shimron and Jarius. But infringement called. It's against BESCO Pastures, and it's going to be a free kick for BESCO Pastures. Quickly taken, finds Cruikshank. Cruikshank looks up, looking for some support. As Richardson loses it. Charles boots it downfield. Azino Solomon with a run. And goalkeeper came off his line very, very quickly. It was very decisive in terms of his movement.
Well read. And thwarting the efforts there of Azino Solomon. But it's Isaiah Charles still with it. Nice ball, lays off. You have Trent Ragay. And that's been good defensive work by BESCO Pastures. In the end, it goes into touch for a throw-in. Quickly taken. And it's with BESCO Pastures, the number 11. Lays it off. There's a little too much on it. The whistle going. And it's against System 3. It's going to be a free kick for BESCO Pastures. We see. Let's see who's going to take that free kick.
Might very well be Isaiah Charles, or is it Solomon?
Looks like there's going to be a substitution. So it's number 26 going off.
That's James Grant.
I think number 15 is number 15 as well going off. Yes, Kevin Francis.
Okay, Francis is out. Looks as if Jaheim Bailey is in for System 3.
So System 3 making a double substitution there. It's a little challenging to pick up the number on the back of their shirts, Eddie.
Cunningham, as a matter of fact, is also in.
Yes. So put it downfield. Head go up. Looking for defense. On come number 27 again. Number Denzel Bascom as well for System 3. Tibbles with it. Dances around in the middle. And it's been knocked away. It goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for BESCO Pastures. It's with Cruikshank. Cruikshank. Long ball off the chest of the defender there for System 3. Comes down looking for Phillips. Phillips dances around 2-3. He's still in defense. He's looking for some support. Trips it downfield. Headed away. Only back to find BESCO Pastures in Cruikshank. Cruikshank goes wide. But cut out there by Shimon Phillips. Good ball. Looks for Azino Solomon. But in the end, losing it. So BESCO Pastures would come away with it. Goes back to Jarius Phillips. Phillips looking to come through the middle. Works it through, but it's cut out by System 3. System 3 would now look for a counter. Goes down the middle, but again, good defensive work by BESCO Pastures. As Devon Morgan, goalkeeper, boots it out. Has Cruikshank still with it. Cruikshank in their own half. Lays it off to his right. And long ball coming downfield, but down goes a player. Number 11 with a shot wide off the upright. It's going into touch. It's going to be a goal kick for BESCO, for Leyu. For System 3. But you can see BESCO Pastures from the moment they got that goal. You can see the momentum has increased. They look more purposeful in terms of their attacking play.
Certainly, they've been much more organized in this the second half, and certainly place a bit more pressure on this System 3 outfit.
So that one headed into touch, and it's going to be a throw-in for System 3 on the far side. It's cut out there by Tibbles for BESCO Pastures, only to lose it once again. And System 3 look to come forward. Referee Elron Lewis says infringement, and it's a throw-in for BESCO Pastures. Still inside their own half, just trying to knock it around. Comes across as goalkeeper Morgan comes up, boots it downfield, but it's headed back by System 3. Long ball. This is a nice ball. It's Campbell. Campbell has one. Campbell goes down the flank, but good decisive work there by the number 25 in Zibian Cunningham, and he booted that into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for BESCO Pastures. So BESCO Pastures looking to mount some pressure here on System 3. They know they have pulled one back. It's a 2-1 affair, and how quickly things can change. Cruikshank, long ball up into the box, headed away there by the defense. Tibbles coming in, got a boot on it, is still in there, and it was Kamal Richardson looking to get in, but good work by the goalkeeper, closing out the angle, not giving him the room. It goes into touch. It's going to be a goal kick for System 3.
Certainly, some good work there by the BESCO Pastures team here tonight. They've looked a better team in the second half, and there you see creating quite an anxious moment there for the System 3 outfit. Luckily, he went out, and it's going to be a goal kick. There we see some attention being paid there to the player who's down. That is Richardson, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, he's now back up, and we should have a resumption fairly soon. As a matter of fact, he goes off to get some attention. It's going to be a goal kick, Charlo.
And so play will continue. Referee Elron Lewis looking to get back into his position and quickly take on. Come down the flank, find Lazaro Lynch. Lynch goes wide. System 3 looking to come forward, looking to control, but he's been robbed of it. Jarius Phillips boots it downfield, but off the chest of that player. It's difficult to pick up their numbers. It goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for BESCO Pastures. It's System 3 2, BESCO Pastures 1. We are in the 64th minute of this encounter. And Eddie, if you have to look at someone to give the play of the game, who would be the one to stand out in your mind so far?
Well, it's Phillips.
Shimon Phillips.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, certainly I concur. That's how put it downfield. This would go down. Goalkeeper came off his line, collects easily with no problem whatsoever, and now he boots it long downfield. Campbell is in there, but we can see Dinesh Grant controlling well, and now System 3 would look to counter. Denzel Bascom goes to his left. Still with System 3, crosses that one, it goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for System 3. Quickly taken. It's hammer downfield, looking for someone in the center. Azino Solomon was coming in, but it was cleared, and it's going to be another throw-in for System 3. Quickly taken, still system 3 with it. Goes down, but BESCO Pastures will come over with it. Looking to come through the center. Long ball downfield. Aimless ball. I don't think Grant will have any difficulty whatsoever controlling that. And
Well, he's still yet to pick it up. He's just toying a little bit there with the
now he
system 3
picks it
player.
up. And he's signaling to his players to go forward. Boots it long downfield. Looking to get into the defense of BESCO Pastures. Mistake, and it's still inside the BESCO Pastures half. Still with it. It's system 3. Cross comes in. Long ball looking for the header there. But again, we see the defense there for BESCO Pastures standing firm. Still. Nice ball. Good ball to Phillips. Phillips has Tibbles to contend with. Tibbles not giving him the room. He crosses it, but it's cut out there by the defense for BESCO Pastures. It's really a give and take. It's now system 3. Still looking to come forward. Phillips is it. And Solomon with a shot and makes it 3. Solomon
It's really good
doing
again.
the cleanup work. Not good defensive work on the part of BESCO Pastures. Solomon one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Picked his spot. And the goalkeeper had absolutely no chance.
And there you see again with that assist, Shamron Phillips. And doing the work to ensure that that 2-goal cushion is back in place for System 3 here tonight.
Yes, and again you have to give Shimon Phillips the credit. He has really done all of the work. You've seen his defense, he overlapped. He's just about everywhere.
Well, it started with him and Cunningham there in the middle there, of course. Cunningham didn't take the opportunity that was given there by Phillips. Phillips took it wide and then crossed in back there to Azina. As a matter of fact, splitting the defense. And Solomon with acres of space was just the goalkeeper to beat, and he simply did that.
And goalkeeper had absolutely no chance whatsoever, and it was in the back of the net. So System 3 has gone 3 goals and BESCO Pastures 1. So Jebel coming away with a 2-1 win over Leyu FC. Might wonder the feeling of Coach Chester Morgan with that result.
Well, he's a fighter, Chester. He doesn't give up.
I've been the coach of BESCO Pastures just the previous year.
Certainly.
And now Leyu. So one would think there's still a lot of strings attached. And that one goes into touch. So it's going to be a substitution. It looks like number 14, Richardson, has gone off. And on comes number 9, Chris Burt Gibson.
So substitution there for BESCO Pastures.
Long ball. It's still with System 3. System 3 with it. Tibbles in a tussle there with the defender. Lays it off. Still with it. It's still System 3 with a shot off the defender there, Cruikshank. It goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in. It's a throw-in for System 3. And still Cruikshank lays it off, but intercepted there by System 3. Boots downfield, finds number 11. There's a long run. Jarius Phillips on that far side, goes down the flank, and referee Elwin Lewis pointing. I think the free kick should be awarded.
Possibly could have, had an advantage play there, but Lewis decided to pull it back. Let's see what BESCO Pastures can make of it.
So Adams. Spots it now. Sure, he's going to look to pump this high up into the middle. Long ball. And headed away by the defense there for System 3. Phillips lays it off. Nice ball. Looks for Solomon. Solomon goes down the left. Looks to come to the middle. Goalkeeper comes off his line. Putting his body on the line. And cleared. But they still chested down there by...
Still down.
The keeper is still down, yes. And King Knight with that. Finally the whistle going. And it's going to be some assistance now being given to the goalkeeper.
Well, he was very, very brave on his part. He put his body on the line there as that attack came in there from Azino Solomon. It was a sort of a 50-50 situation, and he went full at it. So you have to give him his props, goalkeeper Morgan. Devon Morgan being given some attention there, and certainly we get the time to make sure that he's all well to get going once again.
Well, definitely. We are in the 71st minute of this encounter. And it's System 3 and BESCO Pastures 1. And a few players are taking the time to take a breather.
Certainly, but the System 3 team, they're also there just keeping warm. See Jabin Sullivan not on screen, doing a bit of a juggling alongside with the live wire. Phillips.
Shimron Phillips. And
meantime, goalkeeper Morgan is back on his feet.
He's bending over. Just flexing his back.
And by the way, we got to put in a word for the Vincy ladies, indeed, as far as the just concluded CONCACAF
qualifiers.
Yes. Finishing
2 games.
Yeah, finishing the qualifiers on a winning note.
Yes, having a 1-0 win over the U.S. Virgin Islands and 1-0 over the St. Lucia.
Yes, taking up
certainly
third spot.
refreshing. And there's a tussle here. King Knight along with Campbell. He goes into touch. So it's going to be a goal kick. And a little bantering seems to be going on between the players, saying, well, hey, come on, I'm not going to let you get in there.
Campbell just appears to be a little winded.
So Danish Grant comes back in defense. Nice ball. Again, Phillips back heels that, was looking for the number 25 there in Cunningham, but Cunningham had already gone a different path. So it's still Denzel Bascom. Chips it downfield, looking for someone to run through. And good defensive work there by Augustus Adams. And still danger not yet averted. It's still inside BESCO Pastures half. It goes into touch now. It's going to be a throw-in for Leyu for System 3. Can't get Leyu out of my head.
These things, they do happen.
So headed back upfield.
PAB 165. Somebody now hit your vehicle. Somebody just touch your vehicle. PAB 165.
And
You see? Somebody now touch your vehicle.
there,
Big man thing.
Morgan comes off his line, collects.
Somebody now touch your vehicle. So go and check it.
And it's BESCO Pastures looking to come forward.
865. Charlo.
Going down the right, it goes into touch. Nah. And it's going to be a free kick for System 3, quickly taken. They now look to counter, still with System 3. Look to warm their way on the inside. Comes across, still System 3. And Tibbles goes down, whistle going. It's going to be against System 3. And it's going to be a free kick to BESCO Pastures.
But Tibbles has taken quite a number of knocks tonight.
Well, I don't think there's a game where he doesn't take knocks. He has really been the warrior for BESCO Pastures. A busy individual indeed. Good work there by Campbell. Campbell gets around one, has two, he slips in the process. and the ever-present Shimron Phillips cleans up that, boots it downfield, but off the chest of the BESCO Pastures players, and up goes the flag. I think Azino Solomon was caught in an
he was aware of the fact that he was offside.
offside. He was guilty. He looked at the assistant referee. Very, very conscious indeed that he was there. And Daniel, rather belatedly, the flag came up and gives it back to Campbell. But there was King Knight getting that boot in, goes into touch, and it's going to be a throw-in for BESCO Pastures. We see Cookshank, and one anticipate it's going to be a long throw. Long throw headed away there. Danger not yet averted. And my word, it came off the defense and a shot. And in the end, a scrambling save by Dinesh Grant. And I think there's going to be a corner.
Yes, it appears as if it's going to be a corner, Charlo. But some anxious moments in defense there for...
Yeah, very anxious moments indeed.
3. I think they left the BESCO Pastures team just provided a little bit too much space there.
So we see Cordell Tibbles, the number 8. He's going to take that corner kick.
And that one just across the out of the goal there. As BESCO Pastures now with possession, floats it back in and into the well. Goalkeeper Dennis Grant certainly left a bit wanting there, but in the end recovered. And to tidy things up, danger still not yet averted here for System 3. There's Bascom looking for possession, robbed of it, and still with BESCO Pastures. In the end, it's going to be knocked up there by Lazaro Lynch. Finds Azina Solomon. Solomon gets past 1-2, knocks it back, and wow, that was certainly a cruncher coming in there from Jarius Phillips.
Vicious tackle indeed. I think the hands would go to the pocket. He'll pick up a yellow card, and rightly so.
Certainly. And as we saw there in the replay, so it's a free kick to System 3. Still leading this one by 3-1 in minute number 78. And quite a number of red shirts filling the half of this BESCO Pastures outfit. It looked a little better in the second half, BESCO Pastures, but System 3 soaking up the early pressure and still with that 2-goal advantage as they now try to press forward now. Nice little ball, and there was Bascom, not Bascom, Cunningham battling for possession, but nice defensive work. And in the end, unfortunate there.
Cookshank couldn't rein it in.
Yes, quite unfortunate. Bascom. Phillips, for once, well, he regains possession, goes to the line, still with it, bundles to the ground. There's no referee says to play on, and in the end, it's going to be a goal kick for BESCO Pastures.
He's not giving it up at all. So again, we see a substitution on the far side. Off goes the number 16, and on would come number 19.
So Jail Burke is out.
Yes, Kendall Jail Burke, he's out, and then come Kevin Hathaway.
Goal kick taken here by BESCO Pastures now, deep inside their own half. Cruikshank turns very quickly. He's close to the mark, nonetheless, there by a fighting Phillips, and did enough work to ensure that his team got possession. And that's you know that's what playing football is all about. We hear about the Mbappes and the Vinicius Jr. And one thing that they said about Mbappe, that he doesn't put in enough defensive work. But this young man here, Phillips, tonight, he's been in attack, he's been in the midfield, he's been in defense, he's been all over.
He's been all over.
He certainly helped his team out here tonight. It's not about being that superstar, but Just being ever present and assisting the team wherever you can. Quite naturally, that whole matter of fitness comes into play.
Yes, he's still full of energy.
There we see a player down on the turf for BESCO Pastures. It looks as if it's Kane, Omar Kane. And he's also gotten a few knocks here tonight, being attended by the physio. So a 3-1 lead here for BESCO Pastures.
So Omar Kane is back on his feet.
So System 3, they sit at the top of the table, Charlo.
Yes, and they're trying to maintain that. See quite a few persons milling about. Perhaps on the side there was an announcement of someone vehicle being touched.
We've seen, meantime, a substitution being taken. Number 39 comes out, and 17 is in.
That's Isaiah Charles. He goes out, and on comes Gabriel Jackson.
Well, quite unfortunate for Isaiah Charles. He came on as a substitute and now being substituted in the 81st minute. He came in as a substitute for Dravid Compton, who was injured.
Right.
And now,
that was pretty early in the piece.
yeah, now here he's being substituted. There's also another substitution that we very well missed. But play now resumes. Floated forward there by BESCO Pastures. And the towering head of Javin Sutton is ever present. Battle for possession. And there is, looks like, while the ball is drilled forward, is looking there for Zeno Solomon. New player in.
Jackson got his first touch.
Yes. So that's out of touch, and I believe BESCO Pastures with a throw in, yes. Quickly taken one. Tibbles floats it down the right side. But there is Sutherland finding his goalkeeper in Grant. Dinesh Grant forces his upfield now. And nodded away there by Tibbles. Solomon. Cross comes in and a tap there by Jackson. Just past the upright, and he should have done a little better there.
Should have done a lot better.
Let's look at the cross. Nice, decent cross there. He was all alone. And just the keeper to beat and really muffed it in the end. Goal chance gone a begging there for System 3.
Definitely. He really should have done was Solomon with that nice cross. And really, Jackson, he just come on. And he really should have done a lot better there. And a goal went a begging.
So it's still 3-1 in this, the 83rd minute. BESCO Pastures looking to press. Up goes Sutherland. Bascom is there. And shot is taken. But it's easy in the end there for Dinesh Grant. He's looked comfortable times, but he's made one or two little simple errors also, Charlo.
You're right on that.
Here is player going to the ground. Tibbles picks it up. And defenders there. It is, well, both players in a heap, so to speak. Let's have a look at it once again. Tibbles gets past one. And defenders in with a fairly high boot there.
Yeah, Tibbles with that boot. And both players running flush into each other.
Here's Jackson now with possession. First touch wasn't the best, but it rolls into the path of Cunningham. Back to, well, in the end it's out of touch. But
a little too much on that one.
Certainly. So still 3-1 in favor of System 3. BESCO Pastures now with a goal kick. Goalkeeper Morgan chooses to go to his left. And they now try to build and come forward. Crookshank chooses to go into the middle, but gives it up. Here comes Bascom with some, well, flicks it on, but could only find Crookshank. And there we see a player going to the ground. There's no whistle.
as play continues. The ever present. It looks like Phillips is over there. That one is out of touch. So just about 5 more minutes remaining in this one, and we certainly have some extra time here tonight. There have been some interruptions for injuries. Maybe another 2-3 minutes or so might very well be added, as there's a race to keep this one in. Didn't happen, and quickly take control now. Jackson with possession. Looking to do a little bit too much there, Jackson. Loses possession. But in the end, Bascom getting the boot in. Tibbles. It is. Gets the return ball. Finds Crookshank and has no option but just to go back in defense, and that might be a handled ball. Yes, it is. Picked up quickly there by referee Lewis. Infringement against Cunningham. And free kick to be taken. Adams looks as if he's have a bit of a cramp. He's limping there. Walks away. Decides to leave it for Tibbles. Drills this one upfield onto the head of Campbell into the middle, but it can only find a red shirt. Lazaro leaves it there now for Bascom. And referee was blowing his whistle there as he touched the ball in the process. It's going to be a bounce ball, Charlo.
Yes, it is. Inadvertently making contact with that one. Tibbles.
Loses
the
possession.
warrior.
Well, just to be fouled in the process there by Bascom. So the green shirts are moving forward. They're down by 3-1. And we're into the 87th minute. So this one forced forward. Goalkeeper is off his line. Well taken there. Absolutely no pressure.
Well, he read it well. He was decisive in terms of his action. And he clutched it. And easily.
Well, Jackson, he really fought for that one. As Cunningham would hit Jackson. Ball in the middle now there, but Zeno Solomon is offside.
Offside flag is up.
Quickly taken kick it is. And BESCO Pastures now, they realize that time is running out, so they're trying to get this ball forward, but in doing so, losing possession. Bascom with it now for Pastures. Nice little turn there, gets past the player. Floating it forward, looking there for Jackson, but it's nodded away by Crookshank. Comes back out, shot taken. Tame in the end off the boot of Cunningham.
Well, not only tame, but very ill-directed indeed.
Certainly. So, goalkeeper Morgan retrieving and takes that goal kick very quickly indeed. There to Omar Keane. Drills it down the right side. As battle for possession over there on the far side. Out of touch in the end, and it's going to be turned over to System 3 by the way of a throw-in. So we're counting down in this, the 89th minute. As there's Javin Sutherland now with possession. Plays a diagonal searching ball, looking there for Lazaro Lynch, but good header coming in there from Cunningham. Lynch regains possession, but lost it out in the end. Forced back, goalkeeper Morgan can pick that one up.
I think the pressure of coming forward forced them to go back.
Without a doubt. So it's going to be a throw into BESCO Pastures to be taken by Crookshank. That's Campbell there, so too is, well, the big number 22 for System 3, and I believe that's going to be a corner kick, is it? Or is, yes, it is a corner kick. He was forced into that.
Definitely pushed.
Unfortunate for him. But it's a corner kick.
And Tibbles decided he's going to take it.
Well, he's been taking all the corners tonight. As a matter of fact, all the dead ball situations. He's the man behind it for BESCO Pastures.
Let's see what he can make of this one in the 90th minute. They're down by 3-1 tables. And they're trying to pack the 6-yard box as the kick is taken. Is a good corner. Punched away there by goalkeeper Grant, who is...
And immediately the whistle going.
Yeah, he's down on the turf in some pain. Might have been struck somewhere in that, well, maybe took a head blow. Dennis Grant. And referee Alan Lewis is in close attendance. Let's see, the physio is making his way in. So, Grant get some attention now. And we're into certainly extra time. Haven't seen any movement by the
Well, I
fourth
think
official.
I'm now seeing it. Some 4 minutes of added time.
Certainly, 4 minutes at a time. And just as happened in the first half, while we were just about to get into extra time, we had the goalkeeper down. In the first half, it was Morgan. Now it is Grant.
It's good.
A bit of deja vu.
Pretty interesting situation. He's back on his feet.
Yes.
Michael Bolton, when I'm back on my feet again.
Here's Javin Sutherland now to take a free kick for System 3. Gotta take his time. Up by 3-1. Floats it forward, looking there for Cunningham, but Adams was there first. Nonetheless, System 3 still with possession, giving it away. And this is something that needs to be added on the part of both teams. That patience sometimes pretty much absent. Charlo.
Yes, they're being rushed. In fact, you find the players who have space, but still without looking for that control, just have a one-time kick rather than control. Look to see where you want to place it. So look to see where the support is coming from before making the decision.
Cunningham was looking to get Jackson going, but he gets the return ball now. Here's Jackson, and first touch was awful.
Jackson has really not come to the party, so to speak, from the time he came on.
Bascom, well, let's see, he lines this one up, takes a shot, and well, in the end, good work there by goalkeeper Morgan. It was always going wide, but he just ensured that there was absolutely no threat on goal. Here comes, well, it's backward. BESCO Pastures through Tibbles. And Tibbles knocks it short. Player with some space. Not well done. Again, giving it away. And offside call against the System 3 player. So it's a free kick. Quickly taken, finds Tibbles. Good ball into the middle. He's closely marked, but giving it away there to Sutherland. Whistle going, judged to be fouled in the process. It was a bit of a push in the back there by the System 3 player. Free kick is taken and then just given up again. Jackson with possession. And Crookshank certainly having none of it. Wins the throw-in. Lazaro Lynch finds Bascom. Bascom pushing this one forward, but goalkeeper Morgan read it nicely, was quickly off his line and boots it away. And finds his fellow custodian in Dennis Grant. And Grant just rolls it out there now to Javin Sutherland, wearing that number 5 on his back. Sutherland was looking for Lynch, missed it into the path of Crookshank. He also didn't do too well. And Lynch taking that turn very quickly there to Jackson. So, according to the official clock, we're just about wrapping it up here as far as extra time is concerned. He's played the full 4 minutes, and yes, the whistle goes back on target, bang on time. It's a victory here tonight for System 3, and no doubt the better team won, Charlo.
Well, definitely, and I think, as you know, Solomon, he will be credited with the hat-trick.
Without a doubt, but certainly you cannot mention the work of Shamron Phillips. He's been outstanding tonight.
Yes, in my own humble opinion, I would think that Shamron Phillips should get the Player of the Game award. He really set up a lot of things for System 3. Solomon benefited from his hard work, and in the end, he had the goals to his name.
So that's where we wrap it up here tonight as far as this VSPL game is concerned. System 3 with a victory. With that victory, they stay at the top of the table. And Charles, certainly was a pleasure. We got to say thanks indeed.
Interview with the player of the game.
All right, so we'll have to have a chat with the player of the game.
Shamron.
Well, I'm here with the player of the match, Mr. Shamron Phillips. Of course, you first receive your prize from Mr. Hewitt of Subway. Well, Shamron, congratulations to you. You seem to be a player with a whole lot of energy. First and foremost, where you get that energy from?
Just training, mostly on the beach,
Mostly. And with that energy, tonight you were all over the field tonight. You're involved in all 3 goals. Your thoughts about that?
My thoughts, I always try to help the team as much as possible. So I'm a team player, so if a person is in the better position, I will pass.
Well, with that victory tonight, your team is still at the top of the table. Your thoughts, are you looking to maintain that?
Yes, we are winning the league. Positive, we are winning the league.
Very well, and congratulations on your performance tonight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very well. So with that, this is where we wrap it up indeed tonight. The player of the game, of course, Shamron Phillips. Winning team, of course, System 3 with a 3-1 victory over BESCO Pastures.